Yo guys, welcome to Sofa Talks. It's your boy Yoonis, your one and only host, and today we're going to speak about the UCL game day one predictions. And we are mainly going to be focusing about the top teams such as Dortmund, PSG, Bayern, Barcelona, Atletico Bilbao, and Borussia Dortmund. That is not a top 6 team, but I must say I have to speak about them because I kind of rate them. So let's get right into it. And to start off, we are going to start predicting the easier games to predict, which is Juventus versus Dortmund. Actually, it's not that easy. Juventus are on a roll currently, either defeating or not defeating, but equalizing against Inter Milan, while Dortmund has been a little bit shaky in the Bundesliga, but they did win their latest game 2-0, as I can see, against Heidenheim and as well as Union Berlin. So I don't think it's going to be very tough for them. And having the manager that they have, who I love, Kovac, I think they're gonna. I'm gonna give it to Dortmund. As a Bundesliga guy, I'm gonna give it to Dortmund. I want my Bundesliga people to do well, and you know what, man? I need them to win and succeed so that we can meet in the final, and it is a piece of cake for us to win, because we need those Champions Leagues, man. We need those. So I think in that game, Dortmund versus Juventus, it will be a Dortmund win, unfortunately, or luckily for me, because I need them to come through. I don't need Juventus to go anywhere. For the Atletico Bilbao versus Arsenal, we're gonna do it quite easily. Atletico Bilbao, they lost to United. I didn't see them reimburse any good players this transfer season signings or this transfer window, so I might be wrong, but I think that it's going to be a very easy win. I think United will be winning. Not United. I think Arsenal will be winning. Let's say 2-1 for the 2-0. I think they're going to be winning comfy 2-0. And Dortmund will win 2-1. 2-1. Fuck it. Next on, moving on, we are going to predict the Tottenham Spurs versus Villarreal. I think this is also going to be another game where Xavi Simons and Mohamed Kudus will be turning up, so I will give them a good 1-0 against Villarreal, maybe 3-1 against Villarreal. We're going to go a little bit risky with the numbers, because why not? So I think Tottenham, they're going to go 3-1 against Villarreal. And I actually think that Mohamed Kudus and Xavi Simons will most likely be on that team score sheet. Most likely. Hopefully. Because why not? Real Madrid versus Marseille. Marseille are on a roll. I've been seeing them perform quite well. And Mason Greenwood has been having a phenomenal season. As I can see, they last won 4-0 against Lorient. So I think that Marseille is going to give Real Madrid a very tough game, but of course they have Mbappe and everyone else in the Avengers. So unfortunately, Real Madrid are winning. Let's say 2-1. Moving on, I'm gonna look at the teams and I will see any other teams if I care about them. Slavia Prague actually versus Borussia Dortmund. I think the only reason I'm gonna say this is 1-0 against Slavia Prague. Borussia Dortmund is gonna win, and I have no specific reason for it. I just want to say it because that's my team in this Champions League after Bayern Munich, and because it's a Norwegian club and I love them. So why not? Hiya Borussia. So I think Borussia will win 2-1, because why not? Bayern versus Chelsea, this is going to be the one that's interesting and very tough to predict, because first of all, Bayern is my team. I think Bayern Munich will win, but it's going to be a very tough game, of course. But once again, I think Bayern will win. Chelsea was struggling against Brentford, and it became a 2-2 game. Chelsea didn't need to struggle against that kind of team, but honestly, I think they are a very good team, and I've been watching them recently, and they're doing quite well. And João Pedro is actually playing quite well too, as well as Cole Palmer. So I don't know. They are having a little bit issues on the wing. Nothing creative is happening over there, so I think they will be struggling a little bit when it comes to attacking wise. So I think Bayern will most likely win a 2-0, maybe even 3. And Gnabry might even, turn up, because he loves turning up against London clubs, and now he's on his amazing purple patch, so I think he might do something for us. So, Mia San Mia, 3-0. Moving on, we got PSG versus Atalanta. I don't need to say much, but they are having an injury crisis right now. A lot of their players are injured, so I think it's going to be a very tough game for them. Atalanta are having a worse time right now. They are struggling on the Serie A, and that's why I'll give them a maybe a 2-1 to PSG. I mean, you know what? I'm giving it to a 1-0. Actually, I think PSG versus Atalanta, it will be a 1-0. Ajax versus Inter, I think it's going to be a draw. I don't really have anything to say about them because I don't really rate them. And you know what, man? Let's just give them a draw. Liverpool versus Atletico Madrid, this is where it gets tough because Liverpool have been struggling a lot this season. And I think if they're going to do something, it will be most likely a 1-0 game that might come like very late because they've been struggling against the likes of Burnley, they struggled against Bournemouth, and they even struggled against Arsenal. And now and every team that has played against them that are low block, they can't seem to hack it. So I think they'll most likely struggle. And if they don't win 1-0, it'll most likely become a draw, or might even be an upset against Atletico Madrid. So I think it will be maybe a 1-0 to Liverpool, which I'm like 55% sure on. Or maybe even like a 50-49 kind of situation, 51-49%. I'm very uncertain on that game because Salah is not really contributing that much. He's just scoring mostly penalties because he doesn't have the same position that he normally has. So he's less away from the goal, as well as he is also struggling when it comes to the his new role. He has not settled in that well. We have Florian Wirtz, who's not performing that great, and Ekitike is struggling a bit against low block teams. So this might also be another struggle that he will have. I don't know. We will see, but I think it will be a very, very, very tough game for them. Moving on, we have Napoli versus Manchester City. I really think this is going to be one of those good games. They're playing a little bit later. They're playing on Thursday, which is very unusual. I mean, this is not Europa League. What are we doing? Champions League on a Thursday. But honestly, I want to say Napoli because Napoli are playing very good right now. Recently, they have been having a phenomenal form. They're picking up their form from last season. And I think now adding players such as KDB onto that team, wow, they are going to absolutely smash and run with this. I think this might be a draw too, but honestly, I think Napoli will most likely win. Maybe even a 2-0, 2-1, something along those lines. I genuinely think Napoli will win comfy because City are still trying to figure things out, and they are having a huge midfield problem where they are lacking on the midfield areas, and they are trying this new patch that has come out on the Premier League, which is like countering, and a lot of teams are loving this new counter system that is going on. So maybe they might get something from that, but I don't think so. I think Napoli will win most likely 2-1, and worst case scenario, it becomes a draw, and that's my prediction for that. The game I'm excited for the most and I'm the most anticipated for is actually Barcelona versus Newcastle. The reason I'm excited and anticipated for this team and on this match, I mean, is because of Barcelona will go to St. James Park. Do you know how crazy that just sounds? Barcelona going to St. James Park. Barcelona are meeting the likes of Dan Burn and Joe Linton. I can't believe it. Lamine Yamal is going to play against Dan Burn. This can go either two ways. One of them is that Lamine Yamal absolutely violates him and there's nothing that will happen. It's over. And the other thing that can happen is that Dan Burn just babies this guy because Dan Burn is twice the size of Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal can stack himself 2 times, and Dan Burn will still be taller somehow, and he is stronger. Of course, he's a grown-ass man. This guy could have played in the NBA. He could have been a center. He could have been a center for the NBA. So that's how huge Dan Burn is, and as well as that, he's quite physical. Newcastle are a quite physical team, so we are meeting the gigantic physical team, as well as having Walter Maid, who has the technique, as well as being another tall dude. And we have Barcelona, which is full of technical brilliance, but very short. And they are not that good at high pressing situations. I mean, Luis Enrique figured them out quite easily and said, these lot, if the minute Arujo gets the ball, get onto them. So I think Newcastle might have something very, very rude and nasty to them. And I think that's very much it. I don't really care about the other teams. Leverkusen versus Copenhagen. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna give it to Leverkusen. Monaco versus Bruges. Of course, giving it to Monaco because I need them to keep going until Pogba comes back. Sporting Lisbon. Sporting. Eintracht Frankfurt versus Galatasaray. Frankfurt. Because I don't like Galatasaray. So yeah, that's it for my predictions. Comment down below if I am a psychic and everything has gone to plan. And also comment down below if I am having a howler with one of these. I think I picked the favorite most of them for some reason, which is a little bit boring, but I'm a boring guy sometimes. So yeah, but thank you guys for watching, and like, and of course subscribe, because we really need those subscribers, man. I'm seeing a lot of bum YouTubers having more subscribers than me, not even putting out videos. So hey man, subscribe. But I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.